Love them or hate them, Pokemon gimmicks have become a core part of every generation since Gen 6. We've had Mega Evolutions, Z-Moves, Dynamax, and now Terastallization, each one changing the way we battle, design teams, and even how we see certain Pokemon. But which gimmick reigns supreme? And which one just never quite hit the mark? Today, I'm ranking every major Pokemon battle gimmick not just by power or popularity, but by impact, design, and fun. Let's start with the one that felt the least memorable. Z-Moves debuted in Generation 7, introduced in Pokemon Sun and Moon as the first big post-Mega battle gimmick. The idea was to give every Pokemon a shot at being powerful, since any mon could use a Z-move if it had the right move type and crystal. This kind of leveled the playing field in a way, but it also flattened the battle experience. It often came down to whoever used their Z-move first, and once it was used, that was it. There was no lingering strategy, no ongoing transformation, just one flashy move. Visually, Z-moves are a mixed bag. Some of them missed the mark and some of them looked sick. Some of them were over the top and fun, like Pulverizing Pancake and Never Ending Nightmare, but others were just long, unskippable anime sequences. And do not even get me started on Twinkle Tackle. The concept of dancing with your Pokemon is cute in theory, but it didn't make a huge design impact. Now, as far as fun goes, Z-moves were fine for casual players, but I feel like they lack creativity. Once you've seen the animation 10 times, the excitement of using your Z-move just kind of wears off. And you couldn't build your whole team around Z-moves. They're just kind of a one and done nuke. So in conclusion, Z-moves kind of felt more like a side dish and not a main course. Terastallization is the newest gimmick on the list, introduced in Scarlet and Violet, and arguably, it might be the most creative with one major catch. Terastallization changes your Pokemon's type, which can be an absolute game changer. Suddenly, your Fire-type Charizard is a dragon, your normal-type Blissey, now it's Fairy. This added real team-building depth, especially for competitive players. But the downside, it also ruined a lot of single-player balance. Trainers rarely use it well, and some boss fights felt random or gimmicky because of surprise Terra types. And visually, this one is kind of divisive. The giant crystal crowns are kind of goofy and kind of bulky. Some look cool like Ghost or Dark, but others feel more like parade floats. But that being said, the thematic tie-in with Paldea's lore is really strong, and in my opinion, better than Z-moves or Dynamax. As far as fun goes, in competitive, Terastallization is a meta-defining mechanic. It opens the door for bluffing, strategy, and huge clutch plays. But in casual play, it often felt tacked on unless you're in a Terra raid. Overall, it's a cool idea that needs refinement, but it ranks higher than Z-moves for its depth and team potential, especially its impact on competitive. Dynamax, the gimmick everyone expected to hate, but honestly, it kind of grew on me. Debuting in Sword and Shield, Dynamax let you supersize your Pokemon for 3 turns, boosting HP and turning moves into max variants. Dynamax completely reshaped the battle meta, especially in doubles. Dynamax Gyarados, Togekiss, and Dragapult ran the scene for a while. It created new win conditions and forced opponents to prep for Dynamax turns specifically. In single player, the impact was cinematic. Gym battles felt like events, not tours, and max raid battles, while they could be repetitive, added a social element that Pokemon really needed. The design is simple, just big Pokemon, but it worked. And Gigantamax forms added the flair that Terastallization and Z-moves so desperately lacked. Gengar's Tunnel Mouth, Meowth's Skyscraper, Centiskor's becoming a flaming infinity symbol, it made boss battles feel like actual boss battles. Gigantamax forms are the only designs that can even compare to Mega designs, so for that reason, Dynamax got a huge boost in the list and gained the upper hand on Terras. And as far as the fun category goes, Dynamax was just straight up fun to use. You could turn the tide of a battle, tank hits, and unleash massive moves. Raids gave it purpose, and gym battles gave it spectacle. The only real downside was it got very, very repetitive after a while, and some battles felt reduced to who Dynamax is first. But still, Dynamax ranks high for how much it changed both casual and competitive play without being too complex. And now, at number 1, the undisputed fan favorite, Mega Evolutions. Debuting in X and Y, Megas weren't just a power-up, they were an identity shift. New abilities, new typings, new designs, and new strategies. As far as impact goes, Mega Evolutions had the biggest long-term impact on how players viewed old Pokemon. Gardevoir became relevant again, Mawile went from being forgotten to feared, they brought life to underused Pokemon and made you think about your team core. And competitively, Megas were king. You got one per team, so your choice mattered. And every Mega had a defined playstyle, unlike Z-moves, which were basically universal. Mega Rayquaza still haunts every single online competitive player's memory to this day. And as far as design goes, this is where Megas really just don't have any competition at all. They weren't just stat boosts, they were visual upgrades. Mega Gengar looks like a ghost nightmare. Mega Salamence turns into a freaking B2 bomber. Alakazam got 3 more spoons. Kangaskhan, his baby came out of the pouch. These weren't just gimmicks, these were evolutions in the purest sense. Some designs might have been a little bit over the top, but compared to goofy crystal hats or balloon-sized Pikachu, Megas were the best by far with style. And as far as being fun goes, using Megas felt like an event. The animation, the transformation, the comeback potential, whether you were sweeping with Mega Charizard X or stalling with Mega Sableye, it was exciting every single time. And unlike newer gimmicks, you could build an entire team around your Mega. No randomness, no gimmicks, just power, skill, and synergy. It's no surprise fans are still begging for Megas to return, and honestly, they deserve to. So that's the final ranking. Z-moves at the bottom, Terastallization with potential, Dynamax for its fun factor, and Mega Evolutions as the undisputed champion. Each gimmick brought something different, but only one felt like it truly belonged. Do you agree with this list? Are you a secret Z-move fan? Let me know in the comments, and while you're down there, hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss my next Pokemon deep dive. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.